Welcome to the Toyota game recap. The Avs lose this one 4-3 in overtime, but they do collect 3 out of a possible 4 points in Minnesota. That did not come without a price. They lose Eric Johnson. Nathan McKinnon did not play in the third period here tonight. Can't speculate on that. Want to ask you about the game, though, Johnny. You knew these 4-game series were going to cause some drama. We saw some again here tonight. The Wild fight back, make it an interesting series. What were your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, I thought the Minnesota Wild adjusted pretty well from games 1 to 2. I mean, the Avalanche took it to them pretty well last night, and Minnesota came out tonight, even after losing Matt Dumba, Matt Zuccarello out, Foligno out. They had a number of guys that were out, and so they had to adjust their game plan and simplify and finish every check. And for a good part of the season against LA, against Anaheim, some of those teams that try and grind you down versus outskill you, the Avalanche have had trouble kind of getting through that. And Jared Bednar touched on it. Maybe some puck decisions that weren't the Avalanche's best in different points in times during the game tonight. And so, Minnesota adjusted well from last night to tonight, and I'm looking for the Avalanche to kind of do that to Minnesota coming up on Tuesday. So we'll see what Jared Bednar and his coaching staff have in store for Minnesota, and I'm sure that the guys will be happy to get back to their own beds.
Hey, Johnny, one script that is completely flipped is Saad and Kadri. Now, Kadri's your old teammate, and they put these two guys together. You don't know if they're ever going to find chemistry, but over the last 4 games, seems like they've been line mates for years. So talk about how positive that connection's been for those guys.
Well, you touched on it a couple times during the show. I mean, Brandon Saad is a 20, 25, 30 goal scorer on just an average year. And so it was only a matter of time before he was going to start putting the puck in the net. Nazem Kadri is just too good of a player. I played with him in Toronto, and so skilled, just understands the game so well. And he brings a 200-foot game. He's physical when he needs to be. He can win faceoffs. He can block shots. He can throw hits and score as well. So it was only a matter of time before he got going, and when those two get going, I mean, there's not much, not many teams in the league that can compete with a Nathan McKinnon line backed by a Nazem Kadri line. So to see that second line get going just makes the Avalanche all that more dangerous moving forward.
All right, Johnny, we appreciate it very much. We'll see you Tuesday when the Avs take on the Wild right here in Denver. As we look at the schedule, you know the deal. We got the Wild back-to-back, and then it doesn't get any easier, folks. It's just going to be a long, tough stretch. And considering the injuries, the Avs are going to have to battle.
We're trying to hide the fact that we're so rattled about the injuries, and we can't. We're all as mad as Landeskog in that post-game interview. But the Wild are injured, too. The Blues have their own set of injuries. So it's going to come down to who's got the best depth. We know the Avalanche do. So you just got to brawl it out. We didn't want to see it, but it's coming, Kyle.
Thanks for watching the Toyota game recap. We'll see you Tuesday, 5:30, right here on Altitude.